Hey YouTube, this is Eileen, the Environmental Educator, on YouTube's maybe newest channel. I'm not sure how many get added a day, but it's about time I got out on YouTube, I guess. I've been a little silly, stupid. I guess this is my only global microphone to let the world know that the something that will somehow finally achieve what every environmental, voice and organization for decades has been screaming for is available. Okay, so they won't use their voice to or microphone to get the environmental 911 called to the world. So here I am on YouTube, right? And I don't really like doing this. Not the YouTube, but this little part of it where today I'm going to tell you that, and sit down here, people, Al Gore is not environmental. I mean, he doesn't care. He has a great career of screaming for a solution, right? Simultaneously announcing like everybody else, and they get very aggravated when I tell them this, but it's true. I mean, every time they nonstop announce that the world needs something to somehow finally achieve, they are announcing that they haven't achieved, right? I mean, every global report for decades continues to state that things are getting worse even faster than expected, or most every, okay, there's going to be a couple out there that aren't, just most every global report. So, and I hate to be the one to tell you and disillusion you, but don't hold that against the messenger, okay? I have begged and begged and begged every single person that is in my book and organization, Stop Terrorism, United States Style, Greenhouse Gases are Weapons of Mass Destruction too. That's my book. It's the light years best environmental education and agenda the world needs, and the 20-year history of everyone who won't allow it, which is just about everybody you can think of, minus maybe Richard Branson, because it just seems impossible to get in touch with him, or even Virgin, really. So that's the truth. They don't like it, but that's the truth. And, the only way to correct wrongs is to expose them. So I guess I have no choice but to use YouTube. I've been a little stupid, but here I am. And I'm on YouTube, and this is Al Gore's segment. I'm really sorry that, the world's like, yeah, I'll be Gore. But Al Gore is not about solutions. I started the Environmental Educator education on November 17th, 1993. The idea came to me while I was looking at the comics page. And I said, wow, man, this is it. This is good, big, and distributed enough. I would have put the education the world needed in front of the world every day for free on the comics page. Just a topic a week. There was text. There was a blackboard every day that corresponded to the text that really drove the points home. And, syndications were impressed with it, but they were like, hey, there's no market for this, And about 2 years later, they were like, do not even resubmit, because we just can't even look at it. There's no market. I didn't wait for that letter to start asking Al Gore and Robert Redford and Sundance and the NRDC and the World Watch Institute and, rainforest groups were big at the time. I mean, I was knocking on doors, right? Hey, let's send a movie to every school at a minimum the U.S. Start there for free, right? And we'll have a night showing for adults. And in 40 minutes, we can teach people enough so that they understand what the environment is and how their actions affect it. And then, they can leave here, leave that movie, that showing, making responsible changes in their lives and being the solution, right? Back in 1994, right? I mean, 12 years later, Al put out his Beyond Remedial movie. I mean, what does Al's movie do? It does nothing except announce how bad things are and how bad they're predicted to get. Right? And something has to somehow happen. Meanwhile, Al Gore is still suppressing the solution. Right? I mean, Lori David started shortly thereafter. I was like, really, Lori, you're interested in solutions? That's a whole nother video, right? Lori David, right? Yes, she cares about solutions. No, she doesn't, just like everybody else. Okay? To this day, Lori David does not care about solutions. Neither does Al Gore. I mean, today is May 4th, 2014, and I think it was 2 days ago out on Facebook, Al was posting that, oh my God, April was the first month where carbon dioxide was over 400 parts per million for the entire month, every day. I'm like, well, that's because of you, right? It's because you have refused solutions. You're still just screaming for solutions, right? What's Al's solution? Clean energy, right? That's it, clean energy. Sometime, he hasn't achieved it in all the decades he's been screaming for it, right? Neither has anybody else, 4 decades. And at best, it's a decade away. But the first 5 on my agenda are achievable right now today, would have been achievable 20 years ago. We'd already be into the needed, environmentally literate, and reusable future if Hal or anyone else cared about solutions. But they don't, right? They absolutely don't. So, I wasn't sitting around waiting for help while I was submitting to syndications. I was like, hey Al, look, hey, this is a solution, And the first letter I got from Al Gore is a 1995 letter here from the Director of Correspondence for the Vice President, Bill Mason. It's September 8th, 1995, which proves I had been asking for a while. Okay, I started the Environmental Educator November 17th, 1993, and you don't get replies from people, right? I can't believe I got one that fast. The Clinton Foundation and Global Initiative to this day has not replied to me, yet I've been knocking on their door since the day they opened, okay? Barack's White House, what have they done? Oh, that's right, they kidnapped me. Well, the sheriffs have assured me I was kidnapped. They just won't do anything about it when, I was sitting listening to Stephen Chu give a speech and oh my God, every day I look for a home run. What the world really needs is a grand slam, right? There's any viable solution. There's no excuse for not doing it, right? Question and answer session when I'm about to say, Stephen, I send you the grand slam every day. I am taken out of the auditorium by Max Baucus's lead security thug, Jake Macaw, Maciag, and ushered into a back room where a pretty dapperly man and a uniformed butte policeman was waiting for me. No kidding. That's Stephen Chu's video. Okay, but the point is to get a letter from Al in 1995. I had been asking, and this was pre-email. Sorry, people, I'm old. This is, BM capital /JEC right here. You know how in official correspondence it always has, this is official, from the office of the Vice President, Al Gore, printed on recycled paper. Well, thank you, Al. You're such a good guy. So, yeah. Right. Ooh, thanks, Al. But, I continued to ask, did he think I was just going to go away? No, I still haven't, right? It's 2014 and I'm still knocking on Al Gore's door. When he put that thing up on Facebook, I'm like, Al, just shut up about it, okay? You don't care. You are the reason that we're over 400 carbon dioxide parts per million. That's just it. Anyways, I kept asking and then it was on... when you get old, you need reading glasses. And just to let people know, my eyes can't be subject to light simultaneously. So that's why I have on sunglasses during indoors. Okay. This is November 28th, 1998. This is the next letter I got from Albie, signed Al Gore. Al Gore, right? This is from his office, so it's capital letters AG / little letters WEM. That's the person who typed it, I think. He thanks me for writing to share my thoughts and concerns. My letter is very valuable, and you can be sure. Okay, he says, your letter is very valuable to me, and you can be sure that it has been read thoroughly and that your comments have been carefully considered. I will be keeping your views in mind as I work with the president to accomplish these goals of particular importance to the American people. And, it's not just the American people, it's the world, okay? It's the world. It's America. We're just the biggest abuser out there, okay? But, there's 7 billion people on the planet, Al, okay? It's not just us. Okay, but this is the good part. We're getting to the good part of this letter. It says, our nation faces a number of critical challenges that need to... Our nation faces a number of critical challenges that need the undivided attention of our people and our elected leaders of both political parties, right? Okay, this is where it gets good. For my part, I fully intend to keep my focus on continuing the solid record of achievement that has characterized this administration since we first took office. Solid record of achievement since we first took office. Okay, that's just really funny, okay? Hearing directly from citizens like you is tremendously helpful. I'm grateful for your willingness to write and for your interest in a better future for our nation. Please accept my best wishes, right? Right? Are you kidding me? First of all, again, Al, it's not just our nation. And second of all, your solid record of achievement. Al Gore's like Bill McKibben, right? Just has himself convinced he's doing some good out there. That's just crazy silly. He's not, okay? The only solid record of achievement Al Gore has since November 20th, 1998 is hugely negative. Right? Most every global report, nonstop, continues to state things are getting worse even faster than expected. There is no solid record of achievement. We are at, over 400 carbon dioxide parts per million. Okay? Al has gotten us there. Negative achievement on every front environmentally. It's just, he's achieved nothing while he's been suppressing the solution the world needs. Okay? And then I got this September 16th, 1999 letter from Albie Gore, Office of the Vice President, September 16th. There's Al Gore's signature, again printed on recycled paper. Those initials are again capital letters AG / small letters AMC. Okay, this is funny. Well, it's not funny. The other one was funny. My solid record of achievement. Get real, Al. You just have a bank account. That's what you've achieved, is a bank account for yourself. Okay, right? Great career of screaming for a solution. Personally, I'm like, maybe that's why he doesn't want a solution, right? When your career is screaming for a solution, you're not interested in solutions. So, this letter says, thank you for sending me information about your proposal, okay? Not just about my education, but, about the movie. Let's send this movie to every school in the world. I appreciate being informed this way. I am impressed with your hard work and commitment to the ideas contained in the material you provided to me. Please be assured that your suggestions will be considered as I work with the President on related policies and programs. Once again, thank you for keeping me informed of your efforts and bringing this proposal to my attention. Right? Sincerely, Albie Gore. Okay, that's you can pause this and read it for yourself. Office of the Vice President, and again, printed on recycled paper. So and my proposal. Right? Hey, Al, let's end global environmental illiteracy. Let's send the Solutions movie to every school in the world for free. I wanted to make the movie. This was, I was living in Vail. The address is here, right? Vail, Colorado. Okay, right? Doesn't care about the environment either, right? Vail, what do they care? They don't, trust me. Even though they have a Mickey Mouse environmental worker, they too have been suppressing the light years best environmental education and agenda, and are proud to, until they get exposed, I guess. Anyways, this is Al's segment. So, Al just adamantly will not allow solutions, right? Thank you for keeping me informed. And I'll take your ideas into consideration. But Al, no, you see, I need a job. Okay, I needed one then. I was working in a sweatshop. Vail was the tourist industry was a sweatshop long before illegals and then foreign visa workers got here. Okay, and now it is just a death to America sweatshop. I live in Big Sky, Montana. 4 ski areas, 0 environmental interest, and I am unemployed while foreigners work because we're not hiring Americans, and because if you think that Big Sky should hire Americans, I mean, I just sent the head of Big Sky Resorts, the general manager, Taylor Middleton, and their HR manager, Dax Schiffer. It was headlines on Drudge 2 days ago, 93 million Americans out of the workforce, right? And they still bring hundreds of foreigners here because they can't get Americans because they are such an absolute horrible sweatshop to work for. Okay, just like the rest of the town, just like the rest of the industry countrywide, that they can't even lure Americans off of welfare because you're better off on welfare. Okay, Al, so the point is, Al, I still need a job. Okay, I needed one in 1993, 94, 95, 98. I still need one. And I am the only viable solution out there. There is nothing else or better to try. Okay, and you've been suppressing this for over 20 years now. And there is nothing else or better to try. At a time when we've got to give something new a chance, I am the something that will somehow finally achieve. And what's important about these letters here is that, I didn't stop asking Al from 95 to 98 and then the 99 letter. No, I mean, it was nonstop. And then when Al wouldn't be environmental, I have a couple from Clinton too somewhere. Those will be in Bill's video, because when Al just, wouldn't be environmental, I started sending letters to Clinton and being like, Bill, hey, could you get Al to be environmental? He won't. I was basically telling the president on the vice president, right? I tried to keep it funny. I still do, you gotta laugh. I guess it's better than crying. But what happened to get those 1998 and 99 letters from Al was that I randomly met Joe Kennedy, congressman, representative, national public servant, as I like to call him. In Vail, you meet, I met a guy that grew up around the corner from me on a chairlift. You meet everyday normal people to a lot of, internationally accomplished people that are not household names, but, they are the cream of the crop in their field, and you meet a lot of name people, and I randomly met Joe Kennedy, and he could not stop talking to me for 2.5 hours. And, as a nobody, you don't get a national public servant's time. Okay, but Joe just could not, he just could not stop talking to me, okay? It was actually on a phone call, and it was at 2 o'clock in the morning my time, 4 o'clock in the morning his time. I actually, my eye condition, nobody in Big Sky, nobody in Vail, will accommodate my eyes in the workplace because in a sweatshop, labor laws mean nothing. And so, people were like, well, you have to do night audits. So, I was almost a decade into Vail, and at one point it got to the point where I was like, okay, if I don't do this, I'm, not going to be paying the bills. And I met Joe there. He was booking a room. Joe Kennedy. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of Joe Kennedys. I wonder if he's the one. And then I heard, this is Congressman. Okay. Because at 2 o'clock in the morning, he thought I should be real chipper. And I was nice enough. Okay. But then the more he wanted me to be chipper, the less I was being chipper. I'll admit it. Okay. So he hung up on me, basically. And I don't know, 5-10 minutes later, the phone rang again. And it was Joe. His wife made him call back and apologize. I'm not kidding. They will both tell you that. They were in his D.C. office working all night long. It was at 4 o'clock he called. And from, about 4 or 5, 4:10, he put down the phone at 6:30. He was like, man, I could talk forever, but, I got to go. I gotta get ready for work today. And he was like, I'm going to get this to Al. I was like, hey, well, don't forget your brother Bobby, right? He never agreed that he would give it to Bobby, but I just can't believe that he hasn't. Okay, so, but trust me, swear to God, like he never agreed to give it to Bobby, but he was like, man, I'm friends with Al. I'm not just in Washington. He's like, I'm friends with Al. I'm going to get this to Al. And that is, it took that plus, a bunch of months to get the, what is it, in November 1998 letter. So, that's how I got him from Al, because Joe Kennedy actually went to bat. I mean, Joe Kennedy is not even claiming to be environmental, right? And he's done more than anybody else. He at least went to bat. But was Al interested? No. Al can't be bothered with solutions. To this day, Al cannot be bothered with solutions. I mean, it was press, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, that he's considering another Inconvenient Truth. I'm like, what? Another movie screaming for solutions? Like, oh my God, like 10 years ago, I told you how bad things were and how bad things were going to get. Now they got this bad and they're going to get worse. Like that's going to be Al's movie, right? His Live Earth. Did I beg and beg and beg to have my education and agenda introduced to the world? Did I beg and beg and beg to convert the stadium concessions to reusable? Right? Did I? Yes. Was it allowed? Absolutely not. Right? There's people drinking out of, water bottles, right, that they were selling. Don't do bottled water, but Al Gore's selling it to you. Mixed messages, okay? I'm going to be telling you people on this channel that that's all you are subject to is mixed messages all the time. Even from Al Gore, right? Be environmental. Oh my God, be environmental, right? Right. Right? And he's, in private jets and, a $2,500 a month electric bill, right? So what individual is going to think that their much less abusive life is a burden to the planet? Nobody. Al is no leadership by example. And worse, Al doesn't have solutions. And the only viable and real solutions on the table, one, end global environmental illiteracy, which, we would have done in 1994, okay? Now that column, it's a 40-second video. It's still a topic a week, environmentaleducator.org. It's an app. You can put it on your phone. Just, every day watch the video. I have to rerun them. I just don't even have time to make more. I'd love to. Al, I could use some funding so that I could make more videos and, get more education to the world. But, if I'm lucky enough to have a job in Big Sky, you work 70 hours a week when you work behind foreigners, Yeah, so I've just had to be rerunning them. But, there's 83 weeks out there that will absolutely change your way of thinking and get you to live responsibly, So that's number one. 2, end our disposable society, right? Has Al Gore ever told you that? No. 3, individual cooperation. It's even like, hey, 40% of electricity use is estimated to be unused, right? Turn it off. Right? We can reduce like greenhouse gas emissions from electricity use just that simply. Okay, then when we stop using disposable products, that's the whole snowball of effect. That is the biggest problem we have. So when we take it out, we're going to do as much good as damage we do by using them. Okay, but is Al Gore telling you that? No. We're number 4 on my agenda, leadership by example, right? Where's Albie, right? Being the worst environmentally abusive person, absolutely no leadership by example. Just yap. Oh my God, like something, what could we possibly do? Like it's on your desk, Al, for 20 years. Okay, number 5, hemp. When's Al Gore out talking about hemp? He's not. He's not. Never. Right? 6, clean energy. Right, he's on board that because it hasn't been achieved in decades of effort, and it's at best a decade or more away in the future. So, that's what Al Gore is on board because it's not a solution. It'll keep my career of screaming for a solution alive. So, it's important for the world to know this. It doesn't make me happy. Trust me, believe me, I would have much rather, 20 years ago been saying, hey, thanks, Al, for, getting on board solutions. And, 10 years ago, like, thanks, Al, because we solved the problem, No. 20 years later, Al is still screaming louder for a more desperately needed solution that he is still withholding from the world. And so it's important for people to know that, because that's just the truth. And I don't like saying this, and I don't like saying it about everybody else that I can say it about too, right? But hey, they've all been proud for, up to 20 years that they are not doing solutions. They've all been proud. They still are to this day, incredibly proud that they are not on board solutions, and Al's one of them. And I have begged and begged and begged and begged and begged these people to please don't let me be able to say this. Just, what else do you have to try? Nothing. But they're not interested. They are not interested. And I can assure you, whether, you have been misled for decades by Al and everyone else that he is concerned in environment. And if there was only something that, he'd be on it. I can assure you that is not the case. That is absolutely not the case. So, I don't like to be the one to tell you that. It's just the truth, and the world needs to know it. And Al Gore needs to just shut up and go away. Just go away and start living a responsible life. And he needs to, first make an announcement why he's going away and introduce the environmental educator to the world, and then just go away, Al. That's what you need. And so this is just important for people to know, because you have been duped. There's no other way around it. You have been duped. It's how is it not fraud? I mean, with intentional deception, Al is pretending to be what he is absolutely adamantly opposed to being. It's just silly and crazy, but that is the truth about Al Gore. And stay tuned, people. There's a lot more information. U2's newest channel, Environmental Educator, EDUCATOR, and environmentaleducator.org, EDUCATOR, and go to the education, share these videos. I am the environmental 911 call the world needs. Share these with your environmental people. The next time you see Al posting, oh my God, we need a solution. Oh my God, like we're over 400 carbon dioxide parts per million. Post this on his Facebook page. Yeah, well, then you won't be able to write on it anymore probably, but, at least it will help wake people up, and this is the truth. It's the God's honest truth. So stay tuned. There's a lot more information, and, we're going to be doing, commentary about the news. Basically everybody who's out there, continuing to scream, oh my God, their newest headlines, and, the NRDC, oh my God, the Keystone Pipeline, we can't have it. Well, people, how about getting us off of oil, right? I mean, disposable plastic, ending your use of that will significantly reduce oil demand. Have they ever been getting you off that? No. They're doing nothing but then just screaming as if that's the solution. I've told Al Gore for, 2 decades now, screaming for a solution isn't a solution, and neither is suppressing the solution you scream for. So, I hate to be the one to break this news to you, and don't hold it against the messenger because, I'm the good guy here. So a lot more to come. Stay tuned to Environmental Educator on YouTube, and have a good day.